joined with a remarkable young lady. She is in the field of radiology. She's a truly inspiring person, and I am so delighted to be here today chatting away with her. So Lexi, welcome to the show. You're very welcome. Lexi, you are a radiologist.
Yes.
So how did you get into the field of radiology?
I think it started probably about 2 years ago with my mom. I was kind of going through the process of like cancer treatment and such, and unfortunately she did pass away about 2 years ago, but that really made a difference in my life and wanted me to have like a direct impact with cancer patients because it's a hard process.
Wow.
And I wanted to make sure that they had someone kind of with them step to step through it. So that really put something in my heart to make sure they have a little positive in their day.
Wow.
And if I could be that, it would make a difference.
Lexi, I'm so sorry, firstly, about your gorgeous mother. I had no idea. That's really tough. So it's obviously something that's very close to your heart.
Yes.
And I'm sure that carries through your work then, your passion for it. And you said that it was with cancer patients. So is there a specific type of cancer that you would kind of work on, or is it just a general?
Yeah, it would be like a general thing. So I think like the common thing that people refer to with cancer treatment would be like chemotherapy.
Okay.
But what goes hand in hand with that is radiation therapy. And that's like directly what I would want to be administering. So it'd be like kind of hands-on therapy with the patient to make sure that I'm there for them, that they have someone that understands at least a little bit.
Wow.
But it wouldn't be a specific type. It would just kind of be in general. My mom had cervical, but there are multitude of cancer that I would work with.
Wow. And with your career then, would you like to be based, I suppose, in a hospital nearby, or have you thought about where you would like to go in the future?
Home for me is back in Florida. My dad lives there and he was going to stay there forever. He loves our community, and I think that's where I really want to give back to, because that was my mom's community. Wow. We're from Ohio and everything, but our last 10 years or so I've been in Gulf Breeze, Florida. And if I could choose a place to go back to, it'd be there. And maybe not like a hospital setting, but more of like a small clinic, more of a homier environment, because I feel like that's a safer place for cancer patients. So if I could be like a part of an environment like that and then make it even brighter, that would be helpful. But I'd want to end up back in Gulf Breeze.
Wow, that's amazing. And while you have so much going on and so much on your plate, and it's a huge undertaking, is there any time that you get free for yourself? Are there any hobbies?
Rarely. It's definitely a hard program. It's definitely like a big, like wanting to work to, it's a lot of time. It is, but it's worth it. It's well rewarding. But when I do have free time, I try to go back home when I can. My chocolate lab is back there. I love my dog. So I'll try to get home when I can. I'll go on the motorcycle. I'll take a beach ride. I love it. I love it. That is a very freeing environment. But if I can't really get off campus and take that drive back home, if I have 45 minutes to spare, I'll drive to Buc-ee's. That's like just a local legend. I absolutely love it here. And then if I can't really get off campus, I don't know if you've been, but going under the bell tower at night, the mural will light up.
Absolutely, it's amazing.
That is a really fun place.
Yeah, no, it is. It's stunning, and like the purple lights and stuff.
Yes,
it's
and
super cool.
the fountains light up the blue.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's amazing. I love that. That's great that you get to spend some time for yourself, and it's important like to have that balance and everything.
Yeah.
So Lexi, I get the impression you're very involved on campus and you enjoy spending time around campus, which I love too.
Yeah.
So here at South, are there any clubs or societies that you're involved with?
Yeah, I think there's two big ways that I'm involved with like campus life. One big one is I'm an RA over at Beta Gamma. I have Gamma 4 and 5 as my residents. I love them all. They're precious. We do a lot of stuff with housing in general. I think people think it's more of just like you're like a dorm supervisor, but it's a lot more than that. We have a lot of like campus activities that we do. We actually recently did the Park and Jam for homecoming. I think we were the first event for homecoming to like kick it off. So if you see any cars decorated around campus, like that was us. That was a lot of artists over there that I didn't know we had. A lot of my friends that I went through the RA process with, I did not know they could paint that well.
That's cool.
I'm very impressed.
Wow.
So that's a big one. I love it. It gives me a way to like kind of directly talk to students, which is like my favorite thing with it. That's where a lot of my kind of friendships kind of blossom. I had friends at came in as my residents and I didn't know them, or I knew them in the past and then became my residents, got even closer. And then people that I've never met before will come up to me and be like, hey, I think you're my RA. And I'm like, yeah. And then we like start a whole friendship off that.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Your socialism is like carrying through from your career into your work life on campus. And that's amazing. Like you're definitely changing the lives of many people here on campus.
Thank you.
And I know that I did spot on Instagram, I think you guys are very like active on Instagram and things, like
Yes.
there's lots of fun.
They have a funny little TikToks that they do.
Yeah.
I'm not a part of that. I don't have that creativity, but I love watching them. I follow them on TikTok. I definitely do.
Yeah.
But they're funny.
No, I see that, and obviously, like you being a part of that is great. You're with a great community, and I suppose that's what it's all about here at South, I think.
Communities are definitely a big thing that I like to be part of. Like, so I'm also part of a sorority here.
Wow.
Alpha Gamma Delta. I love them. Those are my sisters. And then I think a big part of them too is like I get my campus life, my directions and stuff like that through being an RA, and then I have my support through the sorority.
Wow.
So like people that I can count on, people that I say, hey, I'm having a housing event, but I need support.
Yes.
They'll show up. And then we also work outside of the community too. So our big thing is like fighting hunger. So we're able to do like Meals on Wheels, feeding the Gulf Coast, stuff like that. So I'm able to get on-campus involvement, off-campus involvement. It's a pretty good balance.
That's amazing.
But they're definitely a big support. I don't know what I would do without them.
Wow, well, I'm sure they wouldn't know what to do without you. And that's the same for many people and your patients, especially in the future, and people who you've already helped so far in your journey.
Thank you.
Well, it was absolutely amazing chatting with you, Lexi. I just want to say a huge thank you for coming and sharing with us and just being authentic and, yeah, just telling us all about your goals and everything you've already accomplished. So very well done. And thank you for being here today.